Red River Gorge is an area of Kentucky that includes Natural Bridge State Park and Daniel Boone National Forest, with many miles of hiking trails to choose from and a beautiful scenic drive through the geological area. There is so much to do and see. With our time in Kentucky, we made sure to get in as many hikes as possible, even when a little Mother Nature tried to stop us. We used the sky lift to see the natural bridge itself and ended the trip with a very unique kayaking experience.
Ooh, you're dusty. You know, part of this lifestyle or just style of camping is that you got to be flexible, because you book an electric site, you kind of think, oh, I'm going to have electric, right? Well, we do technically have access to electric. It's just way over there. And our electrical cord that we have does not stretch all the way there. So apparently we're going to be adding something to the list, which is an extension cord. So while that would probably drop the amount of power we have, it's at least something. So something we got to think about.
I like that it's off the water. I'm excited for this spot, but I need to eat.
Well, after driving all day down from Chicago here to Kentucky to the Natural Bridge State Park, we believe we're walking into the lodge to go find some dining.
TBD. But we drove through town and there were several other options, so if this doesn't work out, we have backup plans.
Could also just cook dinner in the Airstream, but we'll see what we're doing.
Backup plan pizza is afoot.
Is it hot? Did it just come out of the oven?
Dinner hit the spot. We're gonna head back, call it an early night, maybe watch a show, and then wake up super early so that we can hit those trails for sunrise and hopefully beat the rush. Morning. It's 7:20 and we're on the trail. Almost.
So just about 15 minutes from our campsite is the Daniel Boone National Forest. Specifically, we're at like the Coomer Ridge campground area. And from here, there's a couple different trailheads. And we're just gonna explore a few of them this morning. So first is the hidden, I already forgot. First up is the Hidden Arch Trail. Just a little small one, about 3/4 of a mile.
You made me go first so I could take all the spider webs.
This arch is down in a little bit of a canyon or ravine, I guess. We were hiking up top along the ridge, and then all of a sudden we came down those steps, and here's the arch. So it's pretty amazing what a little bit of water and a little bit of wind can do to nature, do to some rocks, and just carve its way through.
The arch is impressive, but also these boulders that it's carved out of, and just this little spot. Just taking in the morning. So peaceful. No one's here.
Which way are we going?
That way. That's back towards the other arch. So I think like the two smaller loops. These other ones are kind of like the larger trails that connect everything. So we can access them from different parking lots. So I think to kind of get this area, we should do this loop and then the other loop. Then we get in the car and try another one.
It gotcha, huh? Were you expecting a little softer?
Yeah, but it's not bad. It's like you need to Oreo this. Like,
Oh,
you know,
no, don't do that.
don't do that. One more bite. Yum. Now that we have refueled, we're gonna just drive around. There's some scenic routes. There's kayaking, so we kind of want to get some information about that. Just kind of enjoy the afternoon, especially in the heat of the day. We're taking advantage, going on this ride without Chip. Gotta make it worth it, poor guy.
Put your head and shoulders here to safe part.
That's right. Thank you. Good old relaxing chairlift.
You did it.
So up here at the top is Natural Bridge, which you can also hike to from the other side, but this gets you to like 0.1 miles from it. We're gonna go take a look.
Currently on the Natural Bridge. There are no guardrails, but it is wide, so it's probably okay.
Who's the responsible one?
You. I thought it was gonna be like a 5-minute thing. I should have known. It was like $34. So we walked over to the lookout point, and now you can really appreciate the structure of the bridge because you can see it in its entirety. And yep, there's a clear hole down the middle. So it's pretty cool that that strong of a structure can hold itself. Now for the roller coaster down. We'll see how that goes.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
What an adventure. It was over 20 minutes.
How was your day?
Good. I'm really tired. Hiking, sun, chairlift, all the things. Now we're just relaxing by the fire.
Good morning.
Good morning. We're trying to get out there before the rain. Keeps changing when it's gonna be, but it says within an hour. So we're doing some small hikes to some overlooks that we didn't do yesterday. Trying to beat the crowds, but probably lack of rain is gonna help too. Well, I mean, probably the fact that there's rain forecasted. It's early.
So first up is Sky Bridge. This is a loop that has both, it's a top of the bridge and below the bridge. All right, we beat the rain on Sky Bridge. Next up,
I don't remember. Winding arch, something like that?
Whistling Arch.
Whistling arch.
Whistling Arch.
Here we go.
Definitely started feeling some raindrops. So
And the wind shifting.
yeah. So we're headed back to the car. Hopefully it doesn't come pouring down while we're still out here.
It's supposed to thunderstorm, not just drizzle.
Yeah. We'd rather not be stuck in a thunderstorm out here. Made it back to the car.
Yeah, uneventful.
Got a scenic overlook here out on the scenic drive. We got rained out a little bit. It caught up to us. So we have been just kind of relaxing back at camp. Had some lunch and a little bit more coffee. And now we have a little bit of a window before more rain is rolling in. So we're gonna walk around camp a little bit. Just the campgrounds and maybe, I mean, we're in flip-flops, so we're not going real hiking anymore, but we're gonna go for a nice walk around the area. So we did check out those kayak rentals yesterday at the lake. So we were just kind of checking out the different options. They do have this lake here that you can go kayaking on, rent some kayaks, things like that. But we are going to be doing an experience tomorrow morning. The other option of kayaks around here is to rent them or to bring your own, obviously, and go down the river, the actual Red River Gorge. But we were told yesterday that the river is a little bit too low. And so if you do want to come here and do some kayaking down the river, check the water levels, because people are having to get out of their kayaks and like drag them across the rocks just to be able to get to the next section that has enough water. So not necessarily the most enjoyable experience of kayaking. Whoop, there's a leaf, you just hit a leaf. But for us, we have an experience tomorrow morning that we're very excited about.
I'd like to try to squeeze in, tempt fate, 2 little half miles to Arches. But it's on a dirt road, so another bumpy adventure. What? That?
Holding off the rain.
Warm. Rain jackets don't breathe. Yeah, this is totally worth it. This has been the most like 360 view we've had so far, especially with like the cliffs and really just giving the scale of the layers. And it is kind of nice with the cloud cover too. Yesterday was really, really hot. So I'm really glad we did this.
We're on to hike number 2 here at the end of the Chimney Rocks Trail Road, top of the rock something or other. I don't know what it's called. But we're doing our second hike up here before the rain rolls back in. We made it back from our arduous hike. How do you feel?
Hot.
Hot.
We're gonna do one more, so then in the morning we can rest before our kayaking adventure.
Our last hike, Angel's Window. Windows, Angel's Windows Arch, specifically. of like different formations that water and wind can make. It's kind of wild. Well, it rained all night after dinner, and so we just kind of called it a night and listened to some podcasts and things like that. Amanda pretty much just passed out. But we are up. It is still raining here this morning, but we're going to go do this kayaking adventure, which we're very excited about before we head home. Good morning.
Good morning. We got our coffee. We're headed to the kayak tour. So it's in like a mine cave underground. There's different options. This is an hour and it does fill up fast. So I'm excited. I don't know too much about it. Kind of along for the ride. I'm just excited to get in some boats since we weren't able to do it in the river. I have a mullet now.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know how much you're gonna be able to see from our dark footage, but I found that to be very cool. And while I don't necessarily usually love super touristy things, you kind of need it because that's so dark down there. You're gonna get lost if you try and go by yourself. They say they're trying to start some self-guided tours with some follow the lights. I'll follow the guide.
Well, we've been in some caves before and it was technically a mine, but I've never kayaked in one and it was pretty dark and there were some informational pieces, but I thought the fish were the most surprising and that they're doing so well down there. They do feed them because they were accidentally let in when the aqueduct was like flooded the mine actually. So really neat experience. It does fill up like we mentioned before, a little cooler down there, but if you've never kayaked before, it's really easy to just kind of like float. It's very limited. He was joking about the rapids. It's very limited kayaking skill needed. So that's going to be it for Kentucky. So be sure to subscribe to find out where in the world Carmen goes next. I'm sure you did all the intro, right?
I did not.
Oh, you didn't? What do you want me to say?
Say hello.
Hi, we're in Kentucky. Can't make it far and up. It just doesn't work. Like this.
Okay.
Like
Doesn't
that.
need to be that high.
Well, like this.
That's
You're stupid.
okay. Quiet for a second. Quiet on set.
Me and Karma vibe like that.
What do you think you're doing?
Waiting on you.
Being impatient?
Yeah, I get hungry.
Eat a granola bar. Eat a Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. They're so dangerous that basically the person is the same height as the cliff and could probably just step down. Where'd the turkey go? There's a mammoth. Mammoth is not the word I'm looking for. Massive. There was a massive turkey. It was probably 3.5 feet tall.
Big.
It was big. It disappeared though. It
wasn't a mammoth.
A dangerous place. Two people go on a walk.
Let me try that again.
Why?